Wasn't on the internet. Wasn't doing anything. I'm waiting. My cold water boils hot. Stovetop whistling kettle. Hours. My mom and I. And I'm going to take my muscle relaxant, as I mentioned, pain reliever earlier. Muscle relaxant pharma prescription prescribed to me, my doctor. Acute, not chronic. My wounds, injuries. And those annoying people, once more, to add on in next door. I don't know how close they were at my door, but it was loud enough, and I was too upset to even vlogged and or live streamed real time. They're so distorted with reality. They're so obsessed with us. It's not funny. Their names named Gupta. They won't leave us alone. They have no clue how to walk by my front door at any given time and mind their own business. I have documented evidence, and so does other people have copies. They are not to go to add on in, out, from, and about us whatsoever. Here, elsewhere, everywhere. I was just in here minding my own business. I don't care about them. And I was trained when I was younger to do cardiopulmonary resuscitation first aid. This is why I don't like to admit that I've ever done it very often, because there's people out there, like I've just mentioned, that I have mentioned I don't like, that I mentioned that I would never want to save a day in my freaking life. I really don't want anything to do with them. They won't stop. And I want to phone security once more and ask them to tell them to shut up and fuck off and leave us alone. Everything has been paid for. We are legally, lawfully here, unlike those other people who are not legally, lawfully, and obviously mentally ill and or neurologically impaired, worse than my mother, mentally ill, not sane, not competent, and obviously not employable. All times up by my front door, and all times to, at, on, and from my front door. Doors. They can't leave us alone. They cannot leave us alone. Anyone with a brain looks at my social media, etc., public. They can see it for themselves. They're not normal people, and I don't care about their races, creeds, religions. You can even just Google them in the news media, the word Gupta. They're not right. They're not legal. They're not lawful. And I mean, if they come out that front door again and are noisy, I will call security. And it's what? It's after 11 p.m. here where I am. So thereas I couldn't even phone call the police. They have to videotape and record. I mean, my mom is disabled and has not got the same hearing and vision that she had when she was younger. So sometimes myself and one or more other persons has to talk louder. And sometimes my mom doesn't understand. And it takes a little while because she gets headaches. Anybody recorded all that and showed and told that as alleged evidence? Stalkers. That's all they are. Stalkers. Whereas we complained and showed and told evidence, and so the security guards went in if and when, on security's cameras recording, showed and told all that they were all there, all of it, that we're not liars and we're not guilty. They're going to complain about the whistling kettle any minute. They're going to complain about this live stream. Why? It's none of their fucking business to be anywhere to, at, on, in, out, from anything here. It's none of their business. They couldn't even do us. They're not even allowed to take photographs in here. They're not allowed to walk about in here. They're not allowed to open my front door at any given time. They're not allowed to do anything. This is private property. This is our space, not the Gupta space. They could fuck off and leave us alone. Why don't they just go commit suicide? There was already a suicide on November 12th. That's already suspicious, considering who they are and all the other ones in this neighborhood. Why don't those two and all the other Guptas next door just jump off the fucking balcony to their deaths? Nobody will care. Nobody will miss. They'll just get written up as the crazies, retarded, autistic, and or not autistic, disturbing, not legal, not lawful, other people. Nobody will miss. They'll just sweep them up worse than that other person that died. Nobody will care. Nobody will even have to go door to door canvases to prove their identity. They just have to look at the lobby directory and security cameras and it's just recorded and recording. Nobody will care. Absolutely nobody cares here. We're two independent women. We're adults. Every adult here does not care. Can you hear that, Guptas? We don't fucking care about you. We don't owe you maintenance fees. We don't owe you a penny. We don't owe you anything. Go away, leave us alone. Go back to India, Africa, Malaysia, any other than Canada. You don't know how to be a Canadian. Gonna complain about this and hand it over to a lawyer and sue for slander and defamation? Where's the slander and defamation? I'm not the only resident that's witnessed you being bad, all purposefully, all wrong, all not lawful, all not legal, all not sane, all not competent, and all not employable, and including my mom, trans help rights, drivers, they've all witnessed it. You've even approached other people you should never have met and never knew and never meet and never know. It's none of your business. Go away. Stop internet trolling. Stop bothering us. Oh, the police are coming. You need to get see just that must be insulting for you more. No younger residents and theirs. It's brutality. And those other people I mentioned, Gupta, they should not, cannot, could not, may not, must not, need not had a mail key to my mailbox, our mailbox, Bellis's mailbox, and, and keys to any doors and windows and any storage rooms. Nobody should. It's just myself and one other adult surnamed Bellis. Names named Bellis. Myself and one other, my mom and I. Nobody else. And anybody and everybody that gave them one, allegedly, and to any other resident, they should, can, could, may, must, and need fired, and judiciary punished, jailed, and or paroled, and or probationed, new, without, and or with and or without sued, new, each of them. We don't want to know them, and they don't get to come in. Nobody gets to come in and show up at security and or else we're saying, oh, Avril was on the internet. They were on the internet so much. They mentioned me on the internet that we should, can, could, may, must be able to enter and take something with and or without them home. That's not the real world. We didn't authorize that. I never gave my permission. Not a day in my life would I get authorize that. Nobody should, can, could, may, must, and need entered and enters here and all elsewhere without my permission and without going to court, showing all the evidence, including all security's cameras on recording and recorded, all images, all those other people, everyone, because there's not any evidence that they should, can, could, may, must, and need in, be it before 11 p.m., be it during 11 p.m., be it later than 11 p.m., be it since 11 p.m., 24/7, all days, every day, everywhere. We're not giving up anything, nothing. And nobody should, can, could, must, may, and needed took my cat out of here, or any plants, or anything. They should not, cannot, could not, may not, must not, and need not ever photograph, videotaped, real-timed, and live-streamed in here. They should not be yelling and screaming or discussing us outside our front door whatsoever. Not any of them. It's nice and quiet now. Maybe I should just leave this on 24/7, have one play recording all the time in my living room as security. Not that it will matter, because if they break and enter once more, enter attempt once more, they'll just keep doing it because they don't know how to stop. They just truly do not know how to stop. Unlike my mother, who can eventually know how to stop. Those other people don't know how to stop. Those other people, those other residents, alleged residents next door, Gupta, factual. With and without sending more mail. I have mail from more than one other person that does not live here. And I spoke to the police about it, and they said return to sender, including those people next door at Gupta. Those Guptas. Any mail we get here, the police and other people showed and told us to return to sender. And or just throw it in the garbage, but depending on who it's from, return it to sender. Because the Guptas are not allowed to add on and out from and by doors and windows here, residential, and all elsewhere, including where I worked, where my parents and my parents' parent, where any Bellis has ever been. That's the problem with social media. You can meet anybody and everybody. You can internet troll and meet anybody. And that's what they did. They internet trolled. So many other stalkers did too. And it's not true that we should, can, could, may, must, and need not be public anymore. It's those other people. They could go to jail for all I care. They could commit suicide for all I care. I don't want to know about it. I really, truly don't want to know about it. I don't want to know them tomorrow. Oh, we should, can, could, may, must, and need come and go, came and went, with privacy and safety, knowing that everything, once we lock up here, close up here, that when we return, everything and everyone should, can, could, may, must, and need be as here, as we left them, and not anywhere else. And I'm not going to videotape somebody's door and stand around and talk about them. That's not who I am. I'm not doing that. 2024, 2025. It's one thing to stand outside my own front door, photographs, etc. But their name isn't even on the lobby directories. It's not. The Gupta name is only next door. The Gupta name is not. My name is here, not them. Why don't they know that they don't have any legal, lawful documents at all, that their name should, can, could, may, must, and need be here, and that they should, can, could, may, must, and need be here? They don't, whether we're sleeping and or awake. That's them that's mentally ill. That's not us. Actually, that's beyond mentally ill, because I'm sure we're not the only victims. They're actually obviously insane and or criminally insane. That's worse than retarded and autistic. Hi, my favorite friends. You from hi, Karen, how you doing? I'm not Karen, I'm Avril. Avril. Well, that's my rant. Maybe my last live stream, I don't know. I'm not here as often. I'm often on the other one that I use. The Avril Bellis, the Forest Witch, where I'm doing lots of edits and title changing. Once and for all, my new series, What I Eat During a Day as the Wannabe Fat Person. Although, because I have such a big concerning audience here, and I have another one, sometimes I might just do a live stream because I've had so many emergencies today. So many emergencies, other people, those other residents, and whoever else next door. Gupta. They mentioned me. They mentioned anything. It's the other way around. They're always slander and defamation, lying, and all other sorts. And any of them ever showed and told and show and tell that I like them, that I have feelings for them, that I love them. They're erotomanic delusional. Crazier than crazy. And the word crazy isn't even the correct term. They're obviously mentally ill and obsessed. They made all that up in their own mentalities. And I'm sure it's the same Guptas that I've heard about before on and off YouTube, uh, media, news. They're the same con artists as always. How they got to rent next door, I don't know. They should never be there any much longer. They should have been evicted a long time ago, and including the staff that's allowed them to stay there, such as PSCC 850 and or the other one. That makes total sense. Thank you. I mean, I should be able to lie here on my own couch and have my feet elevated and resting my knees instead of worrying about all the shit that they're spewing outside my front door verbally about us here. That's none of their business. That's absolutely none of their business. With and or without security, been outside with and or without police out there. I mean, if the police been there, why haven't they arrested them already? Before, all during June 26, 2025. They don't have any alibis whatsoever. All security's cameras, all on recorded, and recording them did. All to, at, on, in, out, from, and by next door, and all elsewhere. Unlike us, myself, my parents, and my parents' parents, and my parents' parents' parents, and my parents' parents' parents. Let me start that again. My parents, and my parents' parents, and my parents' parents' parents, and my parents' 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 parents, and all animals, and all pets, all fur babies, and myself, all have alibis. Not guilty. All witnessed, including all those securities cameras on. All recorded. With and or without the security guards there photographed. One and more other person. People like that will drive you crazy. Yet, back cash point 18. Hello, Lydia Hamilton. Hello, one up top. Oh, and I don't know what that means. Sorry if I mispronounced any of you. I could take a screenshot. I'm just saying it as I see it on screen. Yeah, people like that, they just, I've had shitty neighbors. I've had awful neighbors before, but nothing like that. This neighborhood, I mean, why should we, and since that so-called alleged COVID-19 severe acute respiratory pandemic, and we had to remember we had to isolate ourselves from other, we couldn't go out in very many I mean, real estate these days is very difficult. Although not too difficult that they cannot leave. They could go away. All before, all during, all later, all since June 5, 2025. What are you going to do if this can't be fixed? Oh, I don't know. I mean, I've told security, I've showed and told alleged management, I've told and told alleged corporations, showed and told staff, we've showed and told police, we've showed and told paramedics. I mean, there was some occasions where a man from there next door, a Gupta, showed up and the paramedics told him to, in their own words, fuck off and leave us alone, and no, you're not getting on the same elevator as us. Please keep away. And I did not have enough time to vlog to enter a video made. I was the same on June 5, although my mom helped me and I got to make a little bit of 2 little videos. It was just in addition to previous injuries, and I was just not feeling well. So I couldn't move my knee. I could move this, although it's broken. They have to fix it somehow or other. Those other people cannot keep doing that to this neighborhood. Most people in this neighborhood are, it's not even, it's not India. We're not living in Pakistan. We're not living in Africa. We're not living in Malaysia. This is Canada. And even there, I'm sure nobody would put up with that, them doing all that there to one and more others. It's not me. There's so many misconceptions and lies about me, you know, and they try and use mental illnesses to cover up what they did instead of letting me live my real life, which is really my mom and dad and I, my family and I, all animals, all pets, all fur babies. And when I got old enough, I was able to maybe get one or more part-time jobs, full-time jobs. I worked up until I was around 38 years old, and I had an accident. And then, well, when my recovering and recuperating got better, I did some online monetizations and vlogging, and I picked up some jobs, gigs here and there, you know, such as at Square One Older Adult Center, Active Adult Center, Mississauga, and another center. I was a bingo caller there. Um, I was a runner, or circler, whatever. And I was published, and um, I was active, athletic, because this, and you know, I'm supposed to avoid stress. Where do I go to avoid them? I mean, some nights my mom can hear them. We can hear them at the other side of that wall, the bathroom, etc., yelling and screaming and yapping at us as if we freaking care. We don't care. I've called security. I've called the police. We don't want to know them. Yap. I mean, I even rented 2100 Shereby Road, apartment 817. And there, the alleged LTT and LTB, with so many rules and restrictions, tenants' rights, and landlord and other residents, that tenants should not, cannot, could not, may not, must not, need not harass, bully, discriminate, prejudice, prejudge, internet troll, predatory, resent, uh, violent, hate, anything, all about, all to, and all about one and more residents, other than, other residents. That doesn't change anywhere those other people go, went. I mean, I have exes, but those Gupta, not one of them are my ex, not one whatsoever. I just don't want to know them. I didn't want to know them. I didn't want to knew them. Didn't want to met them, and I don't want to meet them. I don't want to meet. I don't want to know. I didn't want to meet. I didn't want to know. I just want nothing to do with them. Grab the camera for Lamar Jackson edit. Hi. Grab the camera for Lamar Jackson edit. Do something, Molly. Her neighbors are monsters. Sorry, I would donate, but I don't have money. I hope you feel better. Molly, we need you. At least give us your shoulder to cry on. Who's Molly? Oh, hi, Molly. Sorry. I mean, I've been trying to start another project. I was trying to set up a fundraising online. I don't know if anybody donated because I didn't have been on there in a while because my cat died. And awful neighbors, other residents, awful. And all bad, all purposefully, all wrong, all not lawful, all not legal, not sane, not competent, obviously not employable. And I haven't. It was just a small little fundraiser to see if anybody would want to give to me. And all the money goes towards um, my pet parenting, the new fur baby. I can add another. I do have access. I have a tip jar. Do you want to see my tip jar? I'll be right back. Uh, I thought I did it right. When I finish doing my live, when I finish doing my live stream, you can go to my stream. You can go to my community post page and see on my community post is a tip jar. And I'm using all the money that I get there towards pet parenting. Well, not all of it. I'd say about 80% of it is towards like getting a new fur baby. 80%. Yes, a tip jar. And 80% of that, be it $1, $10, and $100, any one and or more of those, I am using 80% of towards pet parenting. My new fur baby, I have one. At least give us your show. Tip jar, yes, a tip jar. That's what they look like. Also relaxing. Still trying to finish my one serving ice crackers. Beauty bite. Another beauty bite. It was good. Nice and medicated. Tomorrow's Pink Friday. Don't forget to wear something pink tomorrow. Let's celebrate Pink Friday. Friday, wear pink. I'm wearing pink. Use the like button, leave a like, thumbs up, and subscribe. Thank you. And yeah, wear pink tomorrow. The more the merrier. Unless it's those weird other people next door, Gupta. Friday, wear pink. Let's all of us wear pink tomorrow. Anywhere, everywhere. Pink. One indoor more